video, and we got chores coming up in 15 minutes, 7:45, but this is the crap I have to do. So I was talking about the problem with the skillsurvey.com for UCSD. Now, by the way, this is just one job. Like I said, I have to canvas the world because I suck at life and everything. You have to apply for 200 jobs, 400 jobs, 600 jobs, 800 jobs, 1,000 jobs. You know, you have to apply for 1,000 jobs. It's just one thing. It's already taken up 2 hours of my time this morning. And yeah, part of it is documenting the problems that this creates, but it's just one of the jobs. And there, what if 2 or 3 of the other jobs have the same thing? Then you've got a million other problems. You got to now reach out to these people and say, no, because again, well, what if you just get this job? Well, great, but does that mean you don't put the infrastructure in place, assuming you're going to spend the next 3 months applying for jobs? Now, what is that infrastructure? I've talked about it thoroughly. I need a personal assistant, and I need professors and people that are into coding and developing to create a backend that is basically for a CRM, right? Because if you can treat employers like they are your customers, like anyone that was in real estate, you know, to put people on a drip plan, and the CRM takes care of it. It can make robocalls to them. It can have an agent of yours that's your personal assistant, pull up a script to read to them, leave a message. So keep following up. So not only is it apply for the job, right? Already you got to apply for 200 because you're going to have problems with the limited team that you have. And right now it's a team of 1. I need 5 people at least, 10 hands, 5 people. So you got to, you take care of that. But then you still have to maximize everything, because if you suck with 200 people, well, see, that's why you got to now apply for 400, 600, 800. But if you can do a better job with the first 200, okay, then you realize, all right, we got to put in 200 more job applications. But then you start getting a little better with the follow-up. And part of the follow-up is me as an individual, because I'm the one applying for the job, actually going to HR offices at universities and, you know, to staffing agencies like lot management and PMS and NMS that does the trolleys, and going into SDSU, going into, you know, that's going to be put on my calendar by the CRM, and it's going to consult AI through like an open AI API, and it's going to consult AI and say, look for best practice, consult certain academic books in job application from business colleges and all of that. So anyway, why, when I get a job and I'm working for 8 hours a day, would I still need those people to help me and still volunteering their time? Because what I make is not going to be enough for me. I said, I knew I was meant to be Donald Trump since I was in elementary, right? So if I make even 30 an hour, let's say, well, it's not going to be quite 30, but we're going to add to 26, 69. 69 is a sacred number in my life. So we're really crossing our fingers on UCSD, but we still have to do this for 5 other people to keep the follow-ups happening. So right there, this has already sucked so much of my time and energy. You're looking at what I have to do here. And so there's certain, so again, I said we're going to have a problem with some of the people from the Skyline project, but there's other things that were on my resume. There's other people. There's also Seth with Skyline, as busy as he is, he might be able to do it. So we're still waiting on a few things, but Renae, my old manager, God bless her. Yeah, I remember her. She's like auntie. She's got this Hawaiian, but she's really kind of a private person. As much as she wants to help me, she didn't want to give out a personal number. She blocks numbers that aren't related to. So she said, if these people from what is it, SkillSurvey try to reach out there, she's not going to get it. That if she doesn't know the person, then you can't even call her phone, personal phone and her work phone. It's not going to happen. So you know, okay. And she doesn't have time, and already right there, that would have been, just call the lady up, and you know, and she can, and you know, well, right there, that would have been a problem too with her specifically. But okay, so in Seth's case, just call Seth up and say, did you know him? Is he lying that you know you're a person? Are you actually who you are? You got to verbally take yes, and then say, was he good at this? Was he good at that? Was he good at that? And of course, you know, they all make up good BS about you. That's what I would do too. You know, it's just if the person has agreed to be a reference, that's kind of what they're agreeing to, is to. But there's nothing bad to say about me. This is bread and butter work. We use a spray bottle, we clean the window. And oh yeah, I did it well. So the obstacle is that these people don't have time for it, but we still have to do this and do this and do this. I have to have the time for it. You don't have the time for it, you can't blame someone that's making money, being paid by the hour, for saying, I'm not going to take an hour out of my 8-hour day. Or all of these people in these industries, in order to make more money, they actually give more of their time. I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to work overtime. It makes you look good, it gives you brownie points, but these are high turnover jobs, and I look at it, for me, like high turnover. Yeah, we want to turn over, we want to move forward, as in up. We want to own the whole skyscraper. So that's why we need to put this team together. And once I have the job for 8 hours a day, I'm going to be out there with my second 8 hours, and then of course you got to sleep for 8 hours, but I'm going to be out there with my second 8 hours knocking on doors, you know, especially with the stability of a paycheck. We can print out flyers, we can send out postcards, trying to get people to donate their property to me because of the socialite, third generation socialite, being able to go to a party, move quickly, not have to be under this morality of the working class. I was never meant for that. I was gonna be able to get on a plane whenever I wanted to. So we got to get people to give me income property, just seeing that my identity is so incompatible with my bank accounts that, you know, I guess we're gonna have to let you start spending our money, especially now that you've lost all this weight from training for the LA Marathon and successfully running it in 2027. I'm gonna need plastic surgery for my tummy tuck, the gynecomastia. They're gonna have to get my male breasts off from when I took Abilify and I was grossly overweight at 200 plus pounds overweight. So we're gonna have some best mom in the game family with some daughter that sells insurance, sitting in that chair looking at a computer like I was talking about in that video. You know, smell of humanity between those butt cheeks. Like, yeah, you gotta show how you fuck your wife if you're a Republican, right? So then I'm gonna get to start spending her money from her because I'm now the husband. But this is, you know, we defeated patriarchy here in Southern California so that poor men could marry rich girls and start spending their rich mom's money. That's what we're going for. So that's why I need that team of people, is to find that rich family with a concentration of fourplexes, concentration of apartment buildings. So that's the kind of money I need to start spending, because I like getting on airplanes. And if we can't start with a private plane, okay, we're gonna have to buy a ticket on Southwest, but I'm not staying here. And you should help me not have to stay here. And I think we can work together. I think it's gonna help everybody in the long run if we start thinking this way, because that's thinking like a capitalist. That's thinking like someone that's going to actually win the game versus just making 1 hour that's worth this much, and then it's another hour, another hour, another hour.